Sheep farm animal. Sheep are quadrupedal, ruminant mammals typically kept as livestock. Like most ruminants, sheep are members of the order Artiodactyla, the even-toed ungulates. Although the name sheep applies to many species in the genus Ovis, in everyday usage it almost always refers to Ovis aries. Scientific name: Ovis aries. Gestation period: 152 days. Lifespan: 10 to 12 years. Order: Artiodactyla family. Bovidae. Mass: male, 45 to 160 kilograms, adult; female, 45 to 100 kilograms, adult. Witness a dew sheep, ruminant, cud-chewing, mammal of the genus Ovis. The sheep is usually stockier than its relative the goat. Its horns, when present, are more divergent. It has scent glands in its face and hind feet, and the males lack the beards of goats. Sheep usually have short tails. In all wild species of sheep, the outer coat takes the form of hair. And beneath this lies a short undercoat of fine wool that has been developed into the fleece of domesticated sheep. Male sheep are called rams, the females ewes, and immature animals lambs. Mature sheep weigh from about 80 to as much as 400 pounds, 35 to 180 kilograms. A sheep regurgitates its food and chews the cud, thus enabling its 4 separate stomach compartments to thoroughly digest the grasses and other herbage that it eats. The animals prefer grazing on grass or legume vegetation that is short and fine, though they will also consume high, coarse, or brushy plants as well. They graze plants closer to the root than do cattle, and so care must be taken that sheep do not overgraze a particular range. Sheep are basically timid animals who tend to graze in flocks and are almost totally lacking in protection from predators. They mature at about 1 year of age, and many breed when they reach the age of about 1.5 years. Most births are single, although sheep do have twins on occasion. The lambs stop suckling and begin to graze at about 4 or 5 months of age. Biology of sheep breeds. The domestic sheep is a multi-purpose animal, and the more than 200 breeds now in existence were created to serve these diverse purposes. Some sources give account of 1,000 or more breeds, but these numbers cannot be verified. According to some sources, however, several hundred breeds of sheep have been identified by the Food and Agriculture Organization of the UN, FAO, with the estimated number varying somewhat from time to time, e.g. 863 breeds as of 1993, 1314 breeds as of 1995 and 1229 breeds as of 2006. These numbers exclude extinct breeds, which are also tallied by the FAO. For the purpose of such tallies, the FAO definition of a breed is either a subspecific group of domestic livestock with definable and identifiable external characteristics that enable it to be separated by visual appraisal from other similarly defined groups within the same species, or a group for which geographical and/or cultural separation from phenotypically similar groups has led to acceptance of its separate identity. Diet: sheep are herbivorous mammals. Most breeds prefer to graze on grass and other short roughage, avoiding the taller woody parts of plants that goats readily consume. Both sheep and goats use their lips and tongues to select parts of the plant that are easier to digest or higher in nutrition. Sheep, however, graze well in monoculture pastures where most goats fare poorly. Ruminant system of a sheep: like all ruminants, sheep have a complex digestive system composed of 4 chambers, allowing them to break down cellulose from stems, leaves, and seed hulls into simpler carbohydrates. When sheep graze, vegetation is chewed into a mass called a bolus, which is then passed into the rumen, via the reticulum. The rumen is a 19 to 38 liter, 5 to 10 gallon, organ in which feed is fermented. The fermenting organisms include bacteria. Fun grazing behavior. Sheep follow a diurnal pattern of activity, feeding from dawn to dusk, stopping sporadically to rest and chew their cud. Ideal pasture for sheep is not lawn-like grass, but an array of grasses, legumes and forbs. Types of land where sheep are raised vary widely, from pastures that are seeded and improved intentionally to rough, native lands. Common plants toxic to sheep are present in most of the world, and include, but are not limited to, cherry, some oaks and acorns, tomato, yew, rhubarb, potato, and rhododendron. Flock behavior. Sheep are flock animals and strongly gregarious. Much sheep behavior can be understood on the basis of these tendencies. The dominance hierarchy of sheep and the natural inclination to follow a leader to new pastures were the pivotal factors in sheep being one of the first domesticated livestock species. Furthermore, in contrast to the red deer and gazelle, two other ungulates of primary importance to meat production in prehistoric times, sheep do not defend territories although they do form home ranges. All sheep have a tendency to congregate close to other members of a flock, although this